Well, we've been hearing a lot about trade wars in the news lately, and all this talk has shaken up the markets. Well, today we're joined by financial professional Brian Mirau, who has some simple tips to help protect your retirement savings from the market's ups and downs. Well, Brian, the Dow Jones and S&P 500 and the NASDAQ all took big hits recently following new tariffs on trade with China, Mexico, and Canada. Well, President Trump addressed members of Congress defending his policy on tariffs. Take a listen.
Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much.
Well, thanks, Nicole. You know, market swings like these can cause a lot of anxiety, especially for retirees. You know, the key is understanding the difference between short-term market fluctuations and long-term economic downturns.
Well, what are some ways you help people tell the difference between short-term market swings and bigger long-term economic downturns?
Well, Nicole, one of the biggest mistakes investors make is reacting emotionally to short-term movements. You know, a diversified portfolio, a well-structured retirement plan, and a clear strategy, they can help weather these temporary drops while keeping your long-term goals intact.
Well, what are some ways to help people prepare for market volatility and its potential impact on retirement savings?
Well, Nicole, the first step is understanding your exposure to risk. You know, we conduct a detailed risk analysis to determine how much volatility your portfolio can handle. And from there, we implement strategies to minimize these losses while still capturing your growth.
So how can someone balance taking risk in the market while still trying to preserve what they've worked so hard to save?
Well, it's all about diversification and proper asset allocation. And what that means is balancing your stocks and your bonds and your other investments to protect against downturns while still keeping up with inflation. And also, guaranteed income sources are important. Things like annuities, these can provide stability as well.
Well, what role does diversified portfolio play in handling markets ups and downs, and why is it so important, especially for retirees?
Well, diversification, what that does is it spreads your risk across different types of assets, thus reducing the impact of volatility on your overall portfolio. And this is especially crucial for retirees who rely on their investments for income and they cannot afford big losses.
Well, planning for retirement in a volatile market can feel a little overwhelming. So how do you help people create a plan that will help them feel more confident?
Well, Nicole, we focus on personalized retirement income strategies, and these address key issues like market volatility, inflation, and unexpected expenses. And this approach helps retirees feel more secure knowing that they have a good financial roadmap in place.
Well, Brian, what final advice do you have for our viewers today?
Well, Nicole, you know, having a plan that addresses key risk issues like market fluctuations, healthcare costs, and rising taxes, these can help you feel more confident and financially prepared. That's why today we're offering a complimentary risk analysis to help you, first of all, identify and understand how much market fluctuations could impact your overall investment portfolio. It'll also help you uncover risk that could threaten your retirement savings. You're going to also learn strategies for protecting and growing your assets. And Nicole, one more thing, we're now offering a free complimentary copy of my book titled Smart Money for the Backside of Life for anybody wanting to set a visit. And in my book, we talk about many different aspects of retirement that folks deal with on the backside of life.
Well, text RETIRE to 915-233-2904 for your free retirement and tax analysis. You can set a visit to receive a copy of Brian's book, Smart Money for the Backside of Life. Brian, thank you as always.
Absolutely, Nicole. Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.
Smart Money is sponsored by Mirau Capital Management.